Just getting the live stream sorted out. Won't be long. Okay, so today we are taking a look at the Flying Fries Gabriel BK-160 TR in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So, Flying Fries very kindly reached out to me about a week ago or so with this aircraft, offering me an early access copy of it to record some videos with, and they put an embargo on me. So I've followed their rules, not showing anybody the aircraft until today. So today we are taking a very first look at the Flying Fries Gabriel. I will admit I have had a quick look at it in private. It's very, very good. So let's go and have a look around the aeroplane and see what we think of it. So as you can see, the finish on the aeroplane is fantastic. So when we get closer, it looks really good all the way around. Love the mirroring in the spinner on the engine. Let's go and, for those that are interested, let's go and look in real detail to see what the resolution's like. The resolution's fantastic on the stickers as well. So we've got the lights down here on the undercarriage leg, so it's got retractable gear. I think it's classed as an ultralight, this aircraft, so look at the quality of the rendering of the tyre. It's fantastic, isn't it? So yeah, I think it's classed as an ultralight because it's a tiny little aeroplane. You'll see when we put some people in it just how small they are. So I've never actually heard of this aeroplane in the real world, but then I don't keep abreast of this kind of aeroplane, so it's probably only natural that I wouldn't know it. But you can see the quality of the modelling is fantastic. So if we come down the wing and have a look around top of the body here, you'll see that there's modern avionics kit inside. We'll go and have a close look in a moment. So it's obviously completely made of carbon composites. It's a stunning piece of kit, basically. Very lightweight, very small, very fast. So this is what I'm spending my lunchtime doing, by the way, today. So I've just walked away from my work computer, fired up this computer because I knew the embargo was lifting today on being able to video this aeroplane. So I'm taking it for a flight with you to show you it. So we're at Coningsby, by the way, in the UK. So parked on the parking area where the trainers would normally park. So let's go and have a look inside. This is the rear cockpit. The cockpits are more or less identical. So obviously it's used as a trainer. So if we come down through the front cockpit, it's not study level, but then that means it's much more accessible than some aeroplanes tend to be. So you've got the latch there for the canopy and the lock for it. You've got a mixture, propeller and throttle controls, and obviously flaps and lighting for internals, and then you've got, it's all electronic, the systems. So yeah, you've got magnetos and battery, but turning on fuel selectors is electronic. The lights are just buttons there. The starter is fully automatic, it's just a switch underneath the cover there. You have got an auxiliary fuel pump over here that needs to be on when you start the engine, otherwise it won't start. So you've got some lighting down here. Excuse me. So you can see when various systems are active or not. And then you've got comm radio here. This is the comm radio. You've got the audio panel. Over here you've got the autopilot, external lights. Then you've got obviously a great big Garmin. We'll see that come to life in a moment. And a standby indicator over here as well. So yeah, it's a nice looking aeroplane, isn't it? So I've not tried walking around it and clicking things yet. So this is Flying Fries after all, so there's going to be Easter eggs all over it. I have not looked for any of them yet. They are renowned for hiding Easter eggs in their aeroplanes. So who knows what we'll find. Okay, Let's go and jump out of drone camera view and we'll at least go and get the airplane started up. I'm just going to go and check the volumes. So I'm going to turn the volume right up so you get to hear everything as I hear it. Okay, so we'll go and put the batteries on, alternators on. We'll go and put the anti-collision lights on. And should we have a look outside to see what those lights look like? So, yep, that's flashing, and it's got like a halo to it, which looks really nice. Just trying to see. So you've got the pilot in there now. So just before we get anything else done, let's go and have a quick look. There is a tablet, and if we pop it open, we can obviously control the fuel. We can control who's on board, so you can flick out the different people. So we could have, for example, a passenger in the airplane. If we go and look outside now, we've got a friend with us, and you can change the passenger to whoever you want, and the pilot as well. So you can have a girl and a boy. I think that's the only thing that slightly lets it down for me is the character models have moved on in, you know, some of the competitors to Flying Fries. And okay, I get it. You know, this is an indie developer, but they could do with some nicer character models. Otherwise, this would be stunning. Okay, so we can switch ourselves into the back cockpit if we want, or we can go back into the front. So options, we've got obviously things that we can remove around the airplane, so chocks, pitot covers, get rid of the stairs. You can click on some of the things to get rid of them as well, so there are click spots to do them. So let's go and remove the top engine hood. So yeah, you can see, get nice modelling. Actually, before we do that then, let's remove all the covers and let's go back outside with the drone camera and go and have a look at the modelling of this engine then, seeing as we can. It's really nicely done, isn't it? Very, very cool. Okay, so let's go and jump back, put the hoods back on and the shielding back in. We do want vibrations, we do want visual effects. You can have damage showing as well. I wonder what that means. Probably with propeller, I would imagine. If we go and oh, okay, that's controlling damage. We can put noise reduction on as well if we want. So we've got speeds, that's just a reference table of speeds there. And some quick links, okay, to get through to their website. So yeah, really nice. I like that. And then back to the home page. So we can click the power button again on the tablet to hide it. So let's just go and check before we go any further. I'm going to go and switch my controls over to give myself a default mapping for my control levers. So on the quadrant, we're going to go basic, throttle and propeller. So let's go back. So I should have propeller, there we go, and throttle is, yep. Everything has a sound, which is fantastic. So let's go and put it on rich mixture. And we've got the power on. Let's go and put the mags on then. And auxiliary pump. Crank the throttle open. Make sure the parking brake is on. It is. And start. So let's put the avionics on so we can actually see what's going on. I presume in the real world you would put the avionics on first in this aircraft so you get to see the gauges. So you can see the standby instruments have come up. So we'll continue that. That's all looking good. So we'll go and put the comm radio on. So we don't need the auxiliary pump anymore actually. Just having a read around before we go any further. So we're using both tanks. You can switch tanks easily enough. Close the hood on the starter. Okay, that says power. Oh, there we go. I just didn't turn it far enough. Okay. Just looking around to see what we can play with before we go and close the canopy. So, if I go and... Oh, that's the stairs. I apologise for that one. There's the canopy switch. The way the light's shining, you can't see it very easily. Let's go and lock the canopy. So let's try head tracking out. Fairly straightforward. We've got a master caution. That's because we haven't got pitot heat on at the moment. So we're going to turn that on now, because we're going to roll out straight out to the runway. We'll put the nav lights on. So let's go and have a look outside. Turn the head tracking off to do this. Just running the engine up. So the brakes can't quite hold it. Okay. So... it bouncing around. So we should have nav lights on now. Yep, you can see them blinking. So we're just rolling out to the runway here at Coningsby. So how are we doing on volume levels? Okay, it's quite loud. So I'm going to turn it down a bit so you can hear me over it. Get it bouncing around on the bumps. So flaps to first position. Let's go and have a look at that from outside. So the flaps are enormous. See how we get on. Now, do we have, before we do that, yeah, we've got landing lights over here. And interestingly, look, with the light shining on it, you can't see if it's lit up or not. Let's go and turn those on. So there's the taxi lights. Presumably it's just the intensity of that becomes the landing light, I don't know. Anyway. So, centre our view up. I think we're ready to go. So just to pull the power back a little bit, I went into the red there immediately. So I think it's going to be quite quiet from inside. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to turn that back up a bit. Pull the power back before we damage anything. So we'll do a quick circuit and a touch and go. And then we'll have a play with doing some aerobatics and throwing it around the sky a bit. So just coming up to 1,000 feet. Hold it there. So elevator trim is easy. Does it allow us to trim ailerons? Yes, it does. So you can trim out the torque roll of the aircraft quite easily. So there it is. Yeah, I think the only thing that lets it down is the pilot. Visually, the airplane looks real. So let's go and have a look in the cockpit. We turn some... Okay, so it won't allow that to be on. I'm not sure why. So don't worry about... I'm just looking at Oliver. It's apologising for spelling my name wrong. Don't worry about it. Everybody spells Jonathan in about 15 different ways. Okay, let's... just bring it in gently. Obviously, as you can see, visibility is amazing. I wonder if landing lights will only stay on if the legs are down. Yeah, looks like it. So there are two positions on the flaps. So obviously we've gone low. We're just playing around with the throttle and the pitch to see how it behaves, having never flown it before. So I've lifted the flaps. We'll do a 0 flaps takeoff, so we're waiting for the speed to come up. So it comes off, obviously it's incredibly light. We'll take it up and do some manoeuvring. So it's just gathering some speed. It's not the fastest aeroplane in the world, as you can see it tops out at 160. So what sort of climb rate can we sustain? Probably about 1,800 feet a minute, but look at it, 1,700, something like that. It's incredibly agile. I'm hardly touching the controls, so we'll go and put some maximum rate rolls in and stuff in a minute. Just climbing up to a sensible altitude to start throwing it around. Yeah, so it'll hold sort of 90 knots at a sensible climb rate if we go and look carefully at this. But yeah, 17 or 1800 feet a minute by the look of it. Without going into the red on the power. Get a little bit more out of it. Okay, so we're coming up to 3,000 feet. Let's turn around again, and then we'll have a look at some aerobatics. So we'll let the nose drop. Get some speed up. So I could have pulled out of that a bit harder than I did. So we lost about 500 feet in that loop. What about rolling? So left roll, it's not very rapid. And the nose drops a lot in the roll. It's a bit quicker rolling right. Stall in a straight line. Drop the left wing, let's hold the elevator. So let go. It comes out eventually. So it has its own custom G-force sounds by the sounds of it. So let's go and push it into a spin and use the rudder to force it into the spin really hard and see if it will stay in a spin. As soon as we let go of it then, it stabilized itself really quickly. Just getting a bit of altitude. Okay, let's pull it up into potentially a spin. Let's see what happens. No, it's mushing, look. I can't get it to drop a wing. Not easily anyway. Something's affecting the sim. It suddenly started stuttering then. Okay, let's try that again. So on power this time. Let go. And it comes out really quickly and easily. So yeah, it will spin like a top. Very good. So we kind of forced it in that time by flicking the tail round as we went over the top. Okay, let's give it some maximum turn rate on full power, full propeller. Will it flick roll? Yes, it will. It will flick roll out of high G or high alpha turns then. Let's try that again. It depends what speed you go into them. Very cool. Yeah, it's gone stuttering again, look. How strange. Now it's gone smooth. There's something around here that the sim's not liking. Notice it suddenly started stuttering again. There's the airfield. How strange. So, yeah, we've seen quite a lot of the aeroplane here immediately, so let's go and turn the autopilot on. So it's going to go to, where does it represent the, let's pull the propeller speed back a bit. I'm just seeing to where the modes are here then. So we're in, sorry. So I'm just getting acquainted with what this actually means. So we can split this display, by the way, and show the map. Did that actually turn? I'm just looking. Okay, the light is on here, so it doesn't display on the primary flight display what the autopilot's doing then. That's fine, because they've got lights on the buttons. So we could go heading mode and try it out. So we'll push our heading to east, for example. Watch the aeroplane do that. We'll put the yaw damper on. We'll put the altitude holders on automatically when you engage it by the look of it, as long as you're near the horizon. So if we were to choose 1,000 feet, it's going to go about 750 feet a minute, looks like it, automatically to try and get there. But then you do have control, indicated airspeed mode, VNav mode, and vertical speed mode. So we could go vertical speed mode. Oh, we're probably too close to it now. Okay. Autopilot off. So what's the... Does anybody know off the top of their head the frequency? 11115 for... I just want to see if the ILS works. So we'll need to switch this out of GPS mode though to VLOC. That was a good guess, wasn't it? And we'll need to change the course to 253 degrees. We'll spin the plane around the other way. So how do we change the course? Is it that one? Nope. Is it that one? Zoom map, select page, heading and altitude. Heading. We appear to have no course knob, unless we have to do it in here. There's a mystery. Aha! You can just select it. These glass cockpits are always a bit of a maze, aren't they? So we've got... I haven't set that to active, have I? There we go. So now we've got the ILS working. So we've just gone through the centre line. And there's the runway right in front of us. So here's the glide slope, just coming up to it. Let's get the gear down. So yeah, the radio kit all works. It's just a bit squirrely if you're not used to the way this display works, or this particular Garmin unit. It's going to fox you as it just did me for a little while. So we can take that back out of full screen, or out of split screen to full screen. It's got the synthetic display. I'm not sure if you can turn that off in this unit. Probably. Maybe in the menu somewhere, won't it? So it has SimBrief integration. That's really cool. So you can set the comm radio and nav radio frequencies in the main menu as well. So what does the transponder, does it have any special features? No. Menu. Trying to fly and do everything else at once, just have a nose around really. There's the audio panel. So what does SimBrief do? Presumably you just have to, you go and do the barcode and it will link up for you. So does that mean it will give you Navigraph maps as well? It's quite slow, isn't it? It's a tiny little aeroplane now, I guess you have to remember that. Don't worry, it's just me. Yeah, so the release date is the 27th. I should have said that. So it's in a couple of days' time for this aeroplane. So thank you so much to Flying Fries for reaching out to me and letting me have an early look at it and to show you guys. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I haven't got a clue. Room to get back off the ground again. I'm just playing around with it now. Seeing as we have such a long runway. Okay, that's enough. I think this is a service road, not a taxiway, but we're an ultralight, so we can get away with this. Hopefully we won't get told off too badly. Going collapse the manhole cover as we drive over it. Just for a bit of fun, let's go and park in a Eurofighter hangar with our little ultralight. Parking brake on. So we should be able to just pull the mixture back. Yeah, it stops quite quickly. There's not much momentum on that propeller. So, I guess we can turn everything off fairly quickly. So, mags off. Turn the various lights off. Turn the avionics off. And battery and alternator off. And unlock the canopy. Open the canopy up. And there we go. So that's the... Now, what was it called again? The Gabriel BK-160 TR, made by Flying Fries. Comes out on the 27th. And I've had it for a few days. And I had a chance to have a look at it, so this is the first time showing anybody it. I don't know if this is going to have evolved slightly before it finally gets released, or if this is the released candidate version. I'm not sure. So it looks pretty smooth to me, though. It's very good. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That's my lunchtime used up. Had a quick look at it, flew it around. You can see it's got all the modern avionics kit in it, so you could use it as a sport plane to go flying around all over the place. It's aerobatic. It does spin like a top if you choose to throw it into a spin. So you obviously saw that when we were messing around with it. You obviously also saw some of the Easter eggs, like being able to open up all the engine covers and things like that. But there will be other things hidden in it. I didn't check for click spots. Flying Fries are notorious for hiding things in their aeroplanes. So, I'm going to leave it there. Keep it nice and short and sweet. So about half an hour there to play and look at the airplane. And I'll see you all again soon. Take care.